Okay, so I guess objective 2 of lesson 3.5 talks about arrow notation. And so let's talk about that real quick. So I'm back on my note page. Alright, so if we see like X with an arrow and then either a number or infinity, it doesn't matter which, okay? This is read as X. The arrow means approaches. And then whatever this number is, okay? So this would mean that X is going to the, as we're going to the right, our X's are going to positive infinity, okay? Then you might see something like f of X approaches 2, okay? So remember, f of X is the same as your Y. The arrow again means approaches, and then this is going to be a number, okay? Or it could be an infinity, which is still going to be considered a number then, okay? So what it's telling us is X goes to infinity. So as we go to the right, if it said negative infinity, then it'd be as we go to the left, okay? F of X, our Y values, is approaching 2. So what it's saying is that our graph, as we go to the left or the right, it's either going to look something like this. 1, 2. So like there'd be an asymptote here, and it's going to either go this way, or it could be coming from down here, okay? But as we go to the right, our Y value is going to go towards that number that it gave us, okay? It could also say like as X, let's put an actual number there, as X approaches, say 3, and it could have either a plus or a minus here. Usually as X approaches the number, they'll put a plus or minus. This plus means from the right. Just think about it. Your positive numbers are on the right side of your graph. So if it says a plus, it's from the right. And if it's a minus, it's from the left. So as we're going towards that 3, from whichever side it's telling us, it may say like f of X is approaching, and then it'll usually have an infinity. So like maybe negative infinity. That was just where I accidentally hit it. Alright, so let's try this. So as X approaches 3, let's say from the left, f of X will approach negative infinity. So if we have our graph here, and we're looking at 3, okay, as we're coming from the left, so on my left side of my graph, I'm going towards that 3, my Y values would be going down, okay? If my Y values are going up, then it would just turn and curve the other direction. Okay, we don't know if it's above the x-axis or below the x-axis. We just know as our x's are getting closer and closer to that 3 from the left side, then our Y values are going to go down to that negative infinity. Alright, so let's go back and let's look at our notes. Alright, so solve problem number 2. It's true or false. The notation is X approaches A with a little plus. Remember, that means from the right. Means the values of X are increasing without bound. When they're increasing or decreasing without bound, this is that positive or negative infinity, okay? Well, this doesn't say that X is going to negative infinity or positive infinity, does it? It says it's going to an actual number from the right. So in this case, the X approaches A positive. This is telling us X is approaching whatever that A is. So X is approaching A from and it was positive, so it's from the right. That's not saying it's increasing or decreasing without bound, so this would be false. Alright, pencil problem 2, again, is true or false. If X approaches 0, if f of X approaches 0, as X approaches positive infinity, then the graph of F approaches the X-axis to the right. Well, if X is approaching positive infinity, which direction are we going? To the left or to the right? So this is going to be to the right. And so it says f of X is going to go towards 0. Well, Y is going towards 0. Where is Y equals 0? This is the x-axis. So it says, means the graph of f approaches the x-axis to the right. Is that what that's saying? That is what that's saying, so therefore it is true. Alright, I'm going to stop this video because I want to do 3 and 4 together.